Welcome back to Beelzebub the Jag. I'm going to have another go at working the secondary profile into this. If you saw the videos last week, you'd have seen me chase this rough shape in. This is the rough shape. It needs a lot more work yet. I've got to get these nice and smooth and the edges quite sharp. But if you didn't see the previous videos, it's for the back end of the boot floor. You've got the fuel pump sitting just here, and anyway, yeah, so the spare wheel sits just above it, but you'd have to see the previous videos. This is completely rotten inside my car, and it's got quite a complex shape. Obviously, we've got the three swagers, and this one is twice as deep. It starts at 5mm, ends at 10mm. It comes down on quite an angle. And that one starts at 5 and finishes at 5mm. So I've got the rough shape in. What I now need to do is get the secondary shape, which it comes across here, and about in the middle it's got a semicircle, and it's got a profile similar to these. It's just got a profile chamfering upwards, and the whole thing's lifted upwards basically. Where this is stepped down, the whole lot needs to be, the whole top edge needs to be stepped up with a semicircle. Now that semicircle is quite strong. Semicircles are very tough. It's why they build bridges in an arc shape. So it's going to make the panel very strong, but it's also going to make it bloody difficult to beat it. If you didn't see it before, I made this just from a flat plank. I chased the swagers into this side. I've turned the plank over so we can see the basic shape that I've got to chase in. So that's obviously stepped up, not stepped down. These are stepped down, and I've also chased in. I've cut out with a router on the tool here to allow the steel to sit in. I'm going to have to screw it down. So let me just, it'll take me a couple of minutes to screw it down. I'm going to pause the camera. You don't need to see me put 5 screws in, but it's quite hard plywood. It'll take me a few minutes. So let me just pause the camera. Okay, we're back. Off camera, I've just secured the metal workpiece to the wooden template with just a few screws. You didn't need to see me fix those. Now then, you can see the curve. This is the rough shape of what I'm trying to achieve. So let's just need to get it on the steel workpiece roughly in the right location. It's about there. Let's have a look. Just paid to sort of describe this on, just so I've got a rough idea of where to hit. It's not going to be a perfect line, that's perfectly fine. I just need a rough guide of where to hit with the mallet. So let's have a look. Gosh, it's windy tonight. You probably hear the wind in the microphone, but I don't care. Just want to be able to get this job out of the way. There we go. Just chase the rough shape in. There we go. So it's something like this. Right, so I'm going to use the rubber mallet to physically, it's going to make a hell of a row. The less I do of this the better, because I do have neighbours and they are awfully tolerant of my behaviour, but I don't like to take it too far. Okay, let's get everything out of the way. So we can see the rough sort of outline. Now then, which way am I going to do this? I think it would be better coming this way. The other thing I need to do is sort of work. I need to get the camera in the right place where it might actually have a chance of picking this up. Here we go. That's better. What I'm going to do is try and work from the middle outwards, because if I start at one end, I'll be chasing I'll be chasing the metal along and I'm likely to sort of wrinkle it, and I can get away with wrinkles on the edge, I'll be able to knock those up, but if I wrinkle it here it'll be a bit more difficult. Right, let's have a go. It's going to make a heck of a row, but I can see the outline, so as long as I've got the rough outline, I can crudely sort of get the outline quite crude. I can detail it when the panel's off the wood more easily. So what do I need to do? So this whole area's got to be flattened down. This has got to be lifted up. God. There we go. See, it's starting to go. God, it's noisy. See, obviously, why I've sunken these down to protect bashing those out. I don't want to lose them now that they're in. Okay. Okay, we're not doing too bad there. That's a bit sharp. No, it's too sharp. It's putting gashes in. I've got various sort of wooden tools, and these are just old chisel handles. Obviously it's easy with metal, but the metal, it bruises and scars. I've only got to then knock it all out afterwards, so. Okay, you can see what's happening. It's going to take a long time. It'll take me a good 20 minutes or half an hour, excuse me being a bit breathless. This is quite physical work. Not least being crunched on my hands and knees in the pavement. That's making a difficult job. Much more difficult, much more physical, being on your hands and knees. I've got another piece of wood that might help. Let's see. Either will or it won't. Yep, we're not doing too bad here. There we go. That's not bad at all. Quite pleased with that. Let's have a look in the car. Yeah, it flares up quite nicely. Because in the car it does actually flare up. It doesn't sit up and then flat. It flares. So I probably won't end up driving this edge flat, because that edge is raising away from the timber. But that's more like what the car is on the inside. But you get the idea. I'm not going to film all of this because it's an awfully noisy, very long-winded process, but you get the idea. I'm going to continue this off camera. Then I'll take the panel off the wood and I'll pop it inside the car and see what it looks like. But I'm just going to spend a good 15-20 minutes really chasing all this through, knocking out any creases, try and get it, as reasonably sort of true to shape as I possibly can before I start trying to trim it up to size. and it's actually starting to rain here, but I'll ignore that. I'll just carry on. Yeah. Anyway, you can see what's starting to happen here. It's, you know, I'm quite pleased with it as a first attempt. It's extremely crude, it's extremely rough, but I will make sure it's completely dressed and filed beautifully smooth before I attempt to fit it and weld it in place. But I'm going to stop here because it is very noisy and it's very repetitive. This will take a good bit of time. I'll bring it back to camera when we've got a better shape to show you.